is normal. I mean, this is just a routine inspection that happens in Georgia. You know, we have a lot of FFL. All the FFLs, in a sense, get inspected some sort of time.
So let me ask.
But they come unexpectedly. It's not you put it in the book.
But not normal to be out of state. This has got 16 of them, and most of them are all from out of state. That's not normal. That's unprecedented. Mm-hmm. And that seems to be a change with the Biden administration, who have made their intent very clear. They're against the Second Amendment, and they're making that well known to gun owners and gun dealers.
More opinions being tossed around by Marjorie Taylor Greene as she goes and interrupts this inspection that's going on with the ATF at a specific gun store in Georgia. She's looking to protect. By the way, this all happened on the same day as that shooting in Nashville where 6 folks were murdered. So she's on the scene to protect gun stores. I want you guys to understand exactly how this whole thing works. Of course, she has no authority to be interrupting the ATF during a normal investigation of a particular store. But really fast, what about this Outdoors Adventures? That's the name of this place. And then this is what they were trying to inspect from this kind of store. Check it out. Adventure Outdoors describes itself as the actual largest gun store in the world. Thousands of guns on display and over 18,000 more in stock. Really weird. I think the problem just might be because you have 18,000 firearms in the largest gun store ever with all this in stock, maybe people might want to look into who you're selling it to or see if you're doing things on the up and up within the law before conservatives continue to completely dismantle whatever laws that are left in place. And this has just become something where they can drop it out in the front and whoever wants to pick it up can pick it up because we're about getting there anyway. So still, this is what she posted because, again, the whole purpose of this is to promote herself. She says today the ATF showed up with 16 agents, most from out of state, from cities like LA and San Francisco, to, quote, inspect outdoor adventures in Smyrna, Georgia. Says there's a prime example of Joe Biden and Democrats weaponizing federal agencies to silence and intimidate their political opponents. I fear this is just the beginning, and they're directly targeting our Second Amendment and our right to protect and defend our families. After we questioned their motives and informed them of oversight and Republican-controlled appropriations, they all left. So that was her plan. She did the ideas. The point is to say we came up and showed those guys, authorities that are trying to do something when it comes to guns, especially on a day when folks were murdered again, more children killed. My focus is to go and clout chase, to promote myself and stand in front of these folks and say I ran them off because they're doing normal inspections. Oh, and it's LA and San Francisco. One more part here. It's the weaponization from Joe Biden and his administration and all of his cohorts and all that stuff that she's talking about. I've said it a million times as well, too. I thought Sleepy Joe is too busy in the basement not doing anything. I thought he's feeble and his brain doesn't work. So he can't weaponize the ATF against specific gun stores. How does that work? I thought he has no brain. I thought he's feeble. Why is this a thing constantly? He's either Satan or he's sleepy. Maybe it can just be both. Let's jump down to these images because this is the reasons why they're really trying to do this. This is why the clout chase might actually work. Donald Trump Jr. held a meet and greet at that same gun store in 2021. This is starting to look like it's a political place that they go to promote themselves. Next, Governor Kemp of Georgia, he held a press conference there to announce that he was going to be loosening gun laws, to the applause of people who are happy with him loosening those gun laws, especially a store with 18,000 of them, and they can sell more freely and easily. And there's also Herschel stupid-ass Walker, who lost his race. He showed up there, too, to try and promote himself. That didn't work out for his dumb ass. But I think it was maybe today, maybe tomorrow, also coming from another state, the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis is going to show up there to do a book signing. Why is this guy coming from another state to show up at my gun store to do a book signing? If he was from LA or San Francisco, I guess that'd be a problem.
You know, we have some gun laws in this country that, for better or for worse, certainly the Republicans would want fewer. We argue there should be more stringent laws, but there are some. And just like every other regulatory body and agency in this country, they do routine checks to make sure stores, vendors, whatever, are compliant. That's it. Turning this into a stunt, and now they're going to investigate the ATF's presence at this store, shows how little they actually care about gun violence in this country. That store itself would be shocking and horrifying to any sane and rational person around the world. It is emblematic and illustrates just how psychotic our gun culture and gun nuts are in this country. Thousands and thousands of guns for what? You know, it feels analogous to people who drive these giant pickup trucks, insisting and telling themselves they need it to haul things around or to, you know, go off-roading, and then they just kind of drive from their suburban home to Whole Foods and back, and that's about it. It's the same thing. Like these people build up stockpiles of guns to protect themselves from what? What are you protecting yourself from? You know, a fox in your backyard. They have deluded themselves into this permanent state of fear where they're always under attack. You never know who's going to break into your home and you're going to turn into Rambo and take them out. Like, it's ridiculous, and it ultimately just helps the bottom line of gun manufacturers.
100%. It's odd. The liberal Hollywood, all those movies about being a one-man army, they bought into, and that's what they actually want to follow along with. It's odd how they also hate that liberal Hollywood and all their violence.